SCP-231, aka Special Personnel Requirement. Object Class Keter. Site and Personnel Requirements. Under Special Order of 05 Redacted, the following addendum is attached to the beginning of the file for SCP-231-7. All personnel assigned to SCP-231-7 must rotate out for 1 month of psychological counseling after 2 months on site. SCP-231-7 is to be kept in an undisclosed location. All personnel is assigned to SCP-231 will be transported there blindfolded from Site 19 by a route including no fewer than 7 different forms of transportation, including but not limited to aircraft, automobile, underground, tunnel, and redacted. Removal of the blindfold during the transport or process is grounds for immediate termination. Personnel assigned to SCP-231-7 must undergo heavy psychological testing before being cleared to enter the site. Individuals must score at least 72 points on a milgram obedience examination. Be unmarried, have no offspring, and express nothing less than total loyalty to the Foundation. Normal psychological screening procedures against access to orders are waived, so long as the D-class personnel in question has a mental capacity to carry out procedure 1110 Montauk as needed. Personnel who express sympathy towards SCP-231-7's plight and/or express a desire to rescue or sympathize towards SCP-231-7 will be transferred to another project without delay. Any actual rescue attempts will be met with immediate termination. Personnel who have served on the staff of SCP-231-7's containment team are not required to divulge that information to others. No official record shall be kept of the names of any staff assigned to SCP-231-7, nor will head service appear in the personnel files of said staff. While on site, individuals assigned to SCP-231-7 will be issued concealing helmets with integrated voice changers to protect their identity. The on-site staff are not to remove their set uniforms in the presence of other staff members. Off-duty hours are to be spent in private quarters alone. 6 D-class personnel are to be assigned to SCP-231-7 in each month for the purposes of carrying out procedure 110 Montauk. Violent criminals are not to be used for this purpose due to the possibility of accidental fatality during the 110 Montauk process. Special containment procedures. Following repeated escape and suicide attempts and based on failure containment for SCP-231-1 through 6, containment of SCP-231-7 has been amended to the following. SCP-231 needs to be contained within a soundproof holding cell adjacent to holding cells for 60 Class D personnel assigned for the purposes of Procedure 1110 Montauk. Cameras will monitor every inch of the cell at all times. It must be manned 24 hours a day. Malfunction monitoring equipment will be replaced without delay and by psychologically screened staff. Doors will be magnetically locked, openable by a positive action by the control of the monitoring facility. This includes all doors linking the main holding cell to those of the 6 Class D personnel. SCP-231-7 is to be kept and restrained to a hospital bed at all times except for the purposes of Procedure 110 Montauk. Hydration will be provided through IV drip. Feeding will be carried out twice per day through a feeding tube by approved medical personnel who have not taken in the Hippocratic oath. Under no circumstances are narcotics, anesthesia, or other unapproved medications to be administered to SCP-231-7. Procedure 110 Montauk is to be carried out at least every 24 hours by Class D personnel. During Procedure 110 Montauk, at least one security clearance /4/231 one staff member must monitor the procedure by camera at all times. Although the sound may be turned off of the vocalizations of SCP-231-7 becomes too distressing. Following the procedure, all Class D personnel must return to their holding cells or explosive colors will be detonated. Data expunge per order of 05 redacted. Information moved to eyes only document 231-110 Montauk. Access to 231-110 Montauk is limited to personnel with security clearance 4/231. Description: SCP-231-7 is a redacted female between redacted and redacted years of age, with data expunged. SCP-231-1-7 were retrieved from redacted following a police raid on a warehouse owned by an organization called the Children of the Scarlet King. See article on redacted in the redacted newspaper. Police satanic sex code save 7. 24 hours after the rescue, SCP-231-1-1, real name redacted, went into labor pains, giving birth 3 minutes later to SCP redacted, causing a redacted event involved, resulting in over redacted confirmed casualties. Foundation personnel now immediately took possession of remaining SCPs through 231-1-2 through 231-7. And based on the notebooks recovered from the cults, instantiated in Procedure 110 Montauk to prevent future occurrences. Addendum 231-A. Current status of SCP-231-1 units. SCP-231-1 is deceased. He's redacted, killed but during initial recovery operations while giving birth to SCP redacted. See casualty report for event 231-1-alpha for more details. SCP-231-1-2, killed during an attempt to remove fetus of second hit SCP specimen, resulting in an immediate redacted event. See casualty report for event 231 Bravo for more details. 231-3 self-terminated following a prolonged period of distress caused by implementation of Procedure 110 Montauk. SCP immediately underwent a redacted event. See casualty report for event 231 Charlie for more details. 231-4 attempted to administer SCP-500, although successful in that all traces of SCP redacted were expelled from the system. Expelled means immediately they underwent a redacted event. causing numerous casualties, including SCP-2311-4 herself. See Casualty Report for Event 231-Delta for more details. SCP-2311-5 Botched Application of Procedure 110 Montauk, resulting in SCP-231-5 giving birth to SCP Redacted 1 hour later, which underwent a redacted event. See Casualty Report for Event 231 Echo and report on destruction of Site 231-Aleph for more details. Recruitment profile of Class D personnel was revised to minimize possibility of a second botch of Procedure 110 Montauk. SCP-231-6 killed during escape attempt aided by Agent Redacted, who had been exhibiting heightened stress levels due to prolonged exposure to SCP-231. Obtained possession of SCP Redacted and attempted to use said weapon to rescue SCP-231-6 and -7. Agent Redacted was killed in the resulting firefight, but was straight round resulting in the termination of SCP-231-6 as well. The fetus of SCP-231-6 is the SCP Redacted then underwent a redacted event. In wake of this incident, O5 personnel voted by unanimous decision to amend personnel policies. See Casualty Report for Event 231-Foxtrot for more details. SCP-231-7 as of redacted. SCP-231-7 is successfully contained at Site Redacted. Addendum 231-B. A text of missive by O5 Redacted. Dear friends, it has come to my attention that recently certain rumors have surfaced regarding SCP-231. Due to the drop in staff morale, I have decided to address some of the more prevalent points. Yes, Procedure 1110 Montauk is as horrible as you have heard, which is why only Class D personnel are authorized to carry it out. Yes, it does involve brutal redacted. No, incitement to SCP-231 is not intended to test your loyalty to the Foundation. Your tendencies are towards redacted or anything else. No, SCP-231 is not a bait punishment detail. Yes, there are staff members who have been on SCP-231 and have successfully transferred out by their own request. No, not everyone whose work worked on SCP-231 when is terminated upon leaving the project. Yes, staff members who have been assigned to SCP-231 are allowed to take a Class A amnestic before leaving the project if so desired. Yes, false memories are then implemented. No, none of the supposed methods for recovering or detecting false memories work. Yes, there are some few who worked on SCP-231 and don't remember it. No, we have not given up trying to save SCP-231-7, but research in that field must be carried out with the utmost caution. Based on the increased potency of each subsequent redacted event associated with subsequent SCP redacted specimen, there is a strong possibility that SCP-231 231-7's redacted event could result in XK class in the world scenario. This information is corroborated in notebooks was recovered from the cultists. See document with 7 I-7 seals SCP-231 when adjunct B. No, putting the girl out of her misery is not an option. Neither is drugging her. She has to be aware of what is going on for 110 Montauk to work. One final note. The Foundation does many distasteful things in the completion of our mission, but our mission is important enough that the price is one we must pay. Containment of SCP-231 is one of our most dangerous duties, not because of any direct dangers to ourselves like 682, but because of the danger that our resolve will fail. That we will allow ourselves to either let down or due to sympathy for the suffering of an innocent, or that we will allow ourselves to become monsters through the performance of monstrous acts. Just do your jobs and say the philosophical thing for the shrink. Censoring redacted. 05 redacted. Don't believe it when they say they're trying to save her. Why would they bother? They've got what they want. What exactly what they want. Addendum 231-C. Update. SCP-231-7's emotional response to Procedure 110 Montauk appears to be reduced recently, despite proper execution of said procedure, increasing the danger of SCP redacted undergoing a redacted event. 2 options have been proposed. Development of a new containment procedure with higher emotional response than Procedure 110 Montauk. 2. Administration of a Class A amnestic to SCP-231-7, allowing for return to base emotional response state. Said memory modification is to be administered during execution of Procedure 110 Montauk to maintain heightened emotional state. A full memory reset. Please advise. Dr. Redacted. Addendum 231-D. Decision. Carry out option 2 at reversible opportunity. Addendum 231-E. Aftermath. Option 2 was carried out. SCP-231-7's emotional state, it returned to 100% efficiency. Dr. Redacted typically committed suicide due to the heightened emotional stress. We'll continue analysis of its efficiency of treatment. Dr. Redacted. Addendum 231-F. Continue analysis of efficiency of treatment. For some analysis, I have determined that it is not necessary to perform memory modification every time a Procedure 110 Montauk is carried out. In fact, it is better to delay for some time before or readminister during the agent. Analysis of subject 231-7's emotional response indicates that the efficiency of a Procedure 110 Montauk seems to peak between the third and fourth performance of the procedure. The dread of anticipation of events seems to heighten emotional response for a time. Before familiarity with the procedure begins to lessen in efficiency, the efficiency of the treatment, my recommendation is that Class A amnestics be administered at once a week during Procedure 110 Montauk. The calendar has been modified accordingly. Dr. Redacted.